Why have so many ships and planes disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle? Are there ancient cities buried beneath the Sahara Desert? Is there an afterlife in heaven? And what about hell? And where did the Dutch singer at the 1966 Eurovision Song Contest run off to right at the end of her performance? These are some of the biggest unsolved mysteries of our world. But no mysteries are bigger than the mysteries of Tomb Raider. In this series, I will be on a quest to solve the biggest mysteries of the games. Join me today on this quest to solve the mystery of Lara's backpack. Is this the biggest Tomb Raider mystery of all? I mean, how can Lara fit so much in that tiny little backpack? We're talking all sorts of stuff, from dragon figurines to meteorite artifacts, a rocket launcher, an assault rifle, tons of ammo, dozens of packs of flares, and numerous medipacks of various sizes. By the way, speaking of medipacks, another Tomb Raider mystery is the mystery of the unreachable medipacks. Unreachable the conventional way, at least. The first 3 games each have a medipack that cannot be reached, and the one in Tomb Raider 3 is particularly cruel as the player will be awarded with death for trying. Are these medipacks just there to mock us? Anyways, the backpack. It makes no sense how Lara can fit so many items in this tiny little backpack. By the way, speaking of items, why are all these ancient remote places Lara goes to littered with medipacks, flares, weapons and ammo? It makes no sense. Isn't Lara the only human to have been there in the modern age? Does Winston go there before Lara does to leave goodies for her? Okay, seriously, I need to stay focused. It's the mystery of Lara's backpack I'm trying to solve here. It's almost as if I'm trying to stall the time here or something, as if I don't want to solve this mystery. Or can't solve it. I mean, how could I possibly solve this mystery? It's physically impossible to fit so many objects inside such a tiny backpack. Here I am making a big deal out of solving Tomb Raider mysteries, and I can't solve this one. This episode is a total failure. This series is a total failure. You know what? Let's forget about that stupid backpack and look inside it instead, because I want to rank all of Lara's guns in the classic series. Only the ones she can actually keep in her backpack though, so no vehicular weapons or mounted guns, and only guns designed to kill count, so no grappling gun either. You can't survive against dinosaurs, mobsters, or poor museum guards doing night shifts without weapons, so let's rank them. Enjoy. The harpoon gun was introduced in Tomb Raider 2 and also made an appearance in Tomb Raider 3, and while it's a great idea to be able to defend yourself underwater, it doesn't play very well. The harpoon gun is very awkward to use, as Lara must remain stationary in order for her to lock onto a target properly, but at least it deals good damage when it hits. There's something visually exciting about underwater combat though that I feel is worth noting. The crossbow was introduced in the last revelation, which remains its only appearance. It's a great weapon for situations that require precision, as it can be equipped with a laser sight. While it's an interesting weapon, it's also one I tend not to use outside of those situations where it's practically obligatory. The crossbow can be equipped with different kinds of ammo, however, including explosive ammo, which is incredibly effective, especially against Egyptian adventurers' shooting gallery. Lara's trusty shotgun has appeared in all of the classic games and is a reliable weapon that deals good damage, but it's a weapon I seldomly use beyond the early levels of the games as cooler weapons come along. It is nice to have against the tougher enemies of the early parts of the games though. In Tomb Raider 2 it's part of Lara's inventory from the beginning, but the shotgun can be acquired very early in Tomb Raider 3 and the last revelation as well. I think the shotguns in these 2 games are meant to have been Lara's actually, that she must have dropped when she landed in the level just moments earlier. The grenade launcher was introduced in Tomb Raider 2 and has reappeared in all of the following entries in the classic series. It's obviously a very effective weapon that can blow most enemies into pieces in only 1 or very few shots, but it can be a bit tricky to use. It doesn't auto-target the enemy as well as Lara's other weapons do, so sometimes a grenade may just land in an undesired location and blow up without hitting its target. It had a very cool introduction to the series though, as it was rewarded to the player for finding all of Tomb Raider 2's opening level secrets and came in very handy against the 2 T-Rexes guarding it. The rocket launcher was introduced in Tomb Raider 3 and surprisingly didn't make any other appearances in the classic series. One of the places it can be found is on the forehead of the Sphinx in Lod's Gate, and you gotta wonder how it ever got up there. A mystery for another day. The rocket launcher is unsurprisingly similar to the grenade launcher, but even more powerful and has better targeting as it fires rockets in a straight line. Ammo is rare for the weapon though, and it's crucial to save the few rockets you'll find for the strong mutants at the end of the game. The M16 only appeared in Tomb Raider 2, but it did have a sort of spiritual successor in Tomb Raider 3, which I'll get to shortly. Being an assault rifle, the M16 is obviously very effective with a high firing rate that can kill enemies fast. Lara's mobility is heavily limited while using it, however, as the gun cannot be fired while she back or side flips to evade enemies, unlike her other weapons. This practically makes the gun useless in combat encounters against fast enemies like animals, but it's brilliant in situations where enemies have a certain distance to Lara, especially humans with firearms. The MP5 was introduced in Tomb Raider 3 and is incredibly similar to the M16 from Tomb Raider 2, except it deals more damage per shot and fires even faster. Just listen to the racket this thing can make, holy shit. It's an incredibly effective weapon, but it enforces the same limitations to Lara's mobility as the M16 did, making it only a minor improvement. The HK gun only appeared in the VCI headquarters section of Tomb Raider Chronicles, and it's basically an all-in-one gun that can be adapted to different situations using different weapon modes. The rapid mode is identical to the M16 or MP5, while the sniper mode is similar to the crossbow and very useful for stealth attacks. The burst mode feels a bit redundant though, as it's just the rapid mode but in bursts, which I don't find useful at all. An explosive mode would have been cooler, let's be honest. There's something so noble about a revolver, until you kill someone with it, but what I mean is that its archaic appearance is very charming. Lara looks like a badass while she holds it, like she's ready to kick in a saloon door and lay waste to a gang of outlaws that stole an artifact from her. The revolver was introduced in The Last Revelation and reappeared in Tomb Raider Chronicles. It's a very deadly gun and can kill most enemies in very few shots, and it can even be equipped with a laser sight for added precision. Nothing about Lara is more recognizable than her two pistols. It's rather shocking then that I don't have them in first place, isn't it? Well, the thing is, the pistols are the weakest weapons in all the games, which I feel like I have to take into account no matter how absolutely badass and iconic they are. These baddies can be used in any situation, no matter what acrobatics Lara does, and they have unlimited ammo, so they are basically a safety net for the player if ammo runs dry for stronger weapons. Dear Crystal Dynamics, I think I speak for most Tomb Raider fans when I say that we really want Lara to have her two pistols back. Lara's two pistols are such a huge part of her iconic image, and it's how people remember her even today. So please, give them back now. Although, Core Design were actually kind of guilty of taking away Lara's pistols themselves. She only had her pistols for 5.5 levels out of Tomb Raider Chronicles' 13 levels, so yeah. This is a double entry for the Magnum/automatic pistols of the first Tomb Raider game and Tomb Raider 2 respectively, as they are practically identical. These guns are absolutely badass, as they are as easy to use as Lara's regular pistols but deal twice as much damage. Unfortunately, they don't have unlimited ammo, so Lara must collect ammo for it, which in the first game kind of looks like Mars bars. You see it too, right? No? Oh, never mind. Like Lara's regular pistols and the shotgun, the Uzis have appeared in every single classic Tomb Raider game and are pretty much on par with the regular pistols in terms of how iconic they are. They even appeared in some of the very earliest concept art for Lara, back when she was developed to be Laura Cruz, a Mexican mercenary. Their introduction in the first game is very memorable as well, as they were the reward for finding the series' perhaps most bizarre secret. When admiring the giant sphinx of the Sanctuary of the Skian, the Uzis can be seen in the far distance, just hanging in mid-air. This invisible platform is very difficult to reach, but the Uzis are totally worth it. They do not deal as much damage as the Magnum/automatic pistols do per shot, but they have a much higher firing rate, so the Uzis are better overall. The Desert Eagle is my favorite classic Tomb Raider weapon of all time. It's an incredibly powerful weapon that can kill most enemies very quickly, which only appeared in Tomb Raider 3 and for a very brief moment in Tomb Raider Chronicles. The revolver from The Last Revelation and Chronicles is pretty similar to it though, so why do I have the Desert Eagle so much higher in this ranking? Well, because the way it was introduced in the game was absolutely brilliant and one of my all-time favorite Tomb Raider moments. After enduring the long and difficult high security compound without any guns to defend herself, Lara finally gets her pistols back at the end of the level and the Desert Eagle. There is no moment in the series where you feel quite as empowered as when you are finally able to fight back against the abusive prison guards with the Desert Eagle to one of the series' most epic tracks. That's how I rank Lara's weapons in the classic games, but how would you rank them? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. Take care.